Woman spots symbol on car. Friends tell her to run. When she first noticed the symbol on her car, she didn't pay it much thought. But not long after that, she figured out just how dangerous it was. It all made sense now. Without hesitation, she sprinted into her house, through her front door, and called 911 after locking every window. After a long week of working, Jade Jules just wanted to relax in front of her TV. It was shaping up to be quite a Friday night. Jade lived in Newfoundland, Canada, and was a 27-year-old independent woman, but she just wanted to be alone this weekend. Jade worked as a waitress and was constantly surrounded by people, so at the end of the day, she just wanted to be alone. She only liked chatting to her closest friends and would actively avoid strangers. She kept away from attention when she could and didn't like people staring at her, but it seemed like only the opposite occurred and people would always gravitate towards her. After a long and busy week of work, Jade decided to have an early Friday night, but as she was about to drift off, she heard something in her yard. The rustling she heard suddenly stopped. She didn't give it much thought and quickly fell back asleep, not knowing what was actually happening outside her house. The next morning, she took her trash out early only to discover something very unsettling, something to do with her car. Scrawled on her windscreen was 1F. This got her thinking. Was that the sound she heard earlier in the night? Who had done this and why? They clearly had to trespass to do this. Someone must have tampered with her car while she was sound asleep in her bed. What did the 1F mean? She had too many questions that she didn't know the answers to. Maybe it was teenage hooligans vandalizing her car with graffiti. But there was something off about everything. She decided to pull out her phone and start recording a TikTok video. She asked everyone watching what the symbol meant. She needed advice and she needed it now. She waited tensely for their replies. When they finally started rolling in, her suspicions were confirmed. Jade didn't hesitate. She sprinted into her house through her front door and called 911 after locking every window. She tensely waited for the call to go through and explained everything to the operator. She could tell that the operator knew exactly what the symbol meant. She was told to stay put inside her home and that police would get there shortly. Jade was tensely waiting all alone in her home when she heard someone walking toward her front door. What was she going to do? Tightly gripping her phone, she slowly walked towards the door, trying not to make a sound. When she looked through her window, she couldn't believe what she saw. She had forgotten that she had arranged a lunch with her mother. She saw her frame waiting outside the door. She quickly unlocked the door and pulled her mother in. She was happy to see her and quickly explained everything that had happened. After the police arrived at her doorstep, they hurriedly got rid of the symbol and told her that she should find a new place to go live at. What did the symbol mean? In the now viral TikTok video, Jade filmed herself walking down the steps of her home and pointing to the 1F symbol. She then asked, "What does this mean?" The clip has been viewed 12.6 million times and has racked up more than 40,000 comments, warning Jade to get away from the house, and what the symbol meant was terrifying. The cops told her that someone was targeting her. It didn't make sense. Who would do that? But soon, everything would become crystal clear. The cops continued to tell her that the noise she heard last night was most likely the culprit. But what was more alarming was what the cop revealed to Jade next. Whoever did this was planning it for weeks. The 1F symbol was a gang symbol, used to mark houses to communicate that there was one female living there. This meant that it was an easier target for robberies and other criminal acts. The cops advised Jade to live with her mom for a while and then improve security around her house. She recalled her experience. "I was terrified. I thought someone did it as a joke or something, but then all the messages came in, so my mom came and got me. I packed some stuff and haven't been home since." Luckily, Jade's mom was more than willing to have her daughter stay with her for a while, especially given the circumstances. "I'm not sure what kind of crime the symbol meant in my situation, but if all that is true, then I'm scared about what could have happened," she said. "I took out my phone, recorded it, and posted it on TikTok because I had zero clue on what it meant. I thought people on TikTok would know and help me, which they did. I'm very thankful for everyone who helped me." Jade did what was recommended to her by the cops and then bought some cameras and an alarm system and installed them around her house. She even adopted a dog for security. My followers definitely saved my life. I was going out to put the trash out and that's when I saw it, Jade said in an interview. The most frightening part of Jade's ordeal was that the police couldn't do much to help her. The police couldn't do anything because there were no suspects and I had no clue who or what it was. So they just wiped off the bin and told me to stay safe and if I can leave for a few days to do that. So that's what I did. Since the incident, Jade's neighborhood formed a watch committee and she hasn't seen any more symbols outside her house after that frightful weekend. There has been a lot of debate around the use of symbols that gangs use to target their victims. Warnings about the gang code have continued to surface over the years. We have actually seen and experienced these symbols being used by criminals, security experts at the Safeguarding Hub said. This is not to say that it is a common practice between bands of thieves, for most burglars work alone. There are many more secret signs that could all be an indication that you're being targeted. Have you ever seen unusual chalk markings on your home or on the pavement outside your house? Well, it could be the calling card of a dog thief signaling that your home has a lucrative breed to steal. Supposedly, red chalk marks are used to indicate large dogs worth stealing, while yellow and pink marks refer to medium and small dogs respectively. Ashley Hardacre from Michigan said she found a sweater that was deliberately knotted around her windshield wipers after her shift at work and also saw another car ready to drive off nearby. I had seen posts lately about people finding things under their windshield wipers as an attempt to get girls out of their cars and distracted, she said on Facebook. You probably wouldn't think twice if you found a rock on your driveway, but this could be a sign that you're being targeted. Distinctive stones are believed to have been left outside of properties which look unoccupied. Nick Go, chairman of a neighborhood watch, warns. This includes stones being left under rear tires of some cars, possibly to act as a test for homeowner activity at the address. Home security specialists Yale warn that criminals have been using outside bins to mark homes as well, often by placing a sticker on the side of a bin outside their target. Pre-burglar marking is an issue we have been aware of for a long time, a spokesperson for the security company said. White stones and advertising stickers attached to bins with fake locksmith contact deals have been used as a way of marking vulnerable properties, Yale warns. The markings are thought to provide potential housebreakers details about the building, such as whether it is a good target or has an alarm, or whether it has been previously targeted successfully. Thieves have also been known to leave mounds of stones near farm buildings to signal if a property is a good target for a break-in. It's always worth looking out for these unusual signs and symbols outside your home or business, and be vigilant. It's always better to be safe than sorry.